Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're going to unpack two stories that, on the surface, seem totally unrelated. One's from the world of global trade, the other's from crypto, but trust me, together they paint a really clear picture of a deep-seated uncertainty that's rippling across the entire global economy. Okay, so let's dive right in. Our first story is all about this, wild economic paradox that's playing out in China right now. It's one of those things that just doesn't seem to make any sense. But when you look at the numbers, they tell a fascinating tale. So, on the one hand, if you look inside China, well, its home market is really showing some major cracks. And this is especially true in one of the most critical parts of its entire economy. Yeah, just look at this number. New home sales, they've completely cratered, down a massive 41% from last year. And you gotta remember, China's property market is enormous. So a hit like this, it's a huge blow to their confidence at home. But, and this is the crazy part, while things are struggling at home, China's export machine isn't just doing okay, it is absolutely smashing records. For the first time ever, China's annual trade surplus has blown past $1 trillion. This isn't just a little bump. This is a straight-up unprecedented export boom. It really shows how it's solidifying its role as the world's factory floor. So what you have here is this incredible split personality, right? On one side, the economy at home is cooling off. Demand is weak. But on the other, on the global stage, China is pumping out goods like never before, creating a trade surplus that's literally historic. So as you can imagine, a trade imbalance this huge, well, it doesn't just fly under the radar. When you have an export wave this big, it's going to cause some serious ripples. And yep, the rest of the world is starting to push back. You're hearing world leaders sound the alarm. Take this quote from French President Emmanuel Macron. It really nails a feeling that's getting louder and louder everywhere. This export-heavy strategy is putting a ton of pressure on their own local industries. And if you want to see what this looks like in the real world, it's just staggering. Check this out. For every one shipping container that leaves Europe for China, a whopping 4 come back stuffed with Chinese goods. It's basically a one-way street for trade. And you know what? This isn't just a problem for the US and Europe anymore. We're now hearing complaints about this from literally every corner of the globe. From Southeast Asia to Latin America and even the Middle East. Everyone's feeling the pressure. Okay, so let's switch gears a bit for our second story, because this theme of caution, of people getting nervous, it's not just in global trade. We're seeing the exact same mood taking over the world of crypto. Right now, if you take the temperature of the crypto market, the main feeling isn't hype or greed, not at all. Instead, it's this super cautious, I'm not taking any risks kind of vibe. Traders are on edge, and you can really see it in how they're acting. And this isn't just a feeling, we can see it right in the data. So first up, nobody wants to take on debt. Traders are steering clear of leverage, and we see that because futures premiums are stuck below that neutral 5% line. Second, they're paying up for safety. They're spending a lot, like a 13% premium on what are called put options, which is basically insurance against prices dropping. And third, money is actually leaving the system. We know this because stablecoins are trading for less than $1. Okay, so here's a huge piece of the puzzle. One really important group is just missing in action. I'm talking about the everyday retail crowd. The regular folks who usually pour in and fuel those big bull runs. Just take a look at South Korea. It's always been a massive hub for retail crypto trading. A year ago, you'd see several billion dollars traded there every single day. Now, it's struggling to even hit 1 billion. That tells you the retail crowd is just sitting on the sidelines. And what this does is it creates this classic chicken or the egg problem. The whole market is just stuck. See, without that retail excitement, the trading volume isn't going to come back. But hey, without the trading volume, how are you supposed to build up any excitement? It's a total stalemate. So let's tie this all together. What do these two stories, one about global trade, one about crypto, really have in common? Well, it doesn't matter if we're talking about countries putting up walls to protect their economies or traders backing away from risky assets. The big theme here, the common thread, is a worldwide sense of uncertainty. Everybody is running away from risk. And this big move towards safety, it really makes you wonder, in a world with all this economic tension and super cautious investors, where on earth is all the money going to go next? If you found this explainer helpful, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss your next Daily Edge. More news in our Telegram channel and the first comment. See you next time.